Hi, Brent Haynes with Wood Sound Flutes, and I'm very excited today to be able to introduce you to three new custom creations. It's been some time since we've had custom creations on the website available for people, as we've been backlogged for quite some time. We're still backlogged, and we are diligently working on your flute. If your flute is one of the flutes that's on our production list, please know that we are diligently working on those. It's been 4 years then since I lost a couple of guys that were in my shop. They had been with me for about 8 years at the time that I lost them. The last 4 years have been incredibly challenging, being able to produce what we needed to produce and in a timely fashion has been very difficult. Getting people that were quality employees that really had a passion for the work that we do, as well as had the work habit and the desire and the eye for detail that's needed, has been very difficult to find these people. And I'm thrilled to say that we've found them. They've hit their groove. There's a thing that happens in the shop where once everyone that's working really knows what they're doing, then things move really smooth and can move much quicker than they do otherwise. And my guys in the shop have hit that groove. They actually got there while I was in Italy, of all things. I had to get out of the shop for a week and a half or so to allow them the space to develop their interaction with each other to be able to hit that groove. And we hit record numbers of production in March, and I'm expecting similar productions for April, and believe we'll be through all of our backlog by the end of the May. And so it looks really good for those things. So I did add a few custom creations into the mix to be able to take to shows and to be able to offer to people on the website. I always feel really bad about making a custom creation when I have other flutes that we need to make. It's a really hard balance to do. And so if we're working on one of your flutes, this is an apology to you that if it's taking a while, please know that we're putting all of our effort and our love into making your instrument, and that you have not been forgotten. We know you, and we think of you, and we are praying for you as we're building your flutes. So this particular flute that I get to share with you here right now is made out of redwood burl. It's a really super dark piece of redwood burl. One of my neighbors, Grant Madsen, and his wife Delia, recently got involved in the flute a couple of years ago. They started going to Summer Solstice Flute School with us, and they provide the big teepees at that event for us. And I went over to see him the other day. I can't remember what I was over there for, but as I was walking into their house, I saw 2 slabs of redwood burl sitting outside. And so when I saw Grant, I was like, "Hey, what's up with the wood out there, man?" And he says, "Oh, my brother-in-law's had that. He was going to make a table. He was going to do this." And 20 years later, none of that happened. And so now we have the wood because they were clearing out a storage area or something. And I said, "Well, geez, Grant, let's take a look at that wood and make a flute from it. Let's see about making a flute for you guys out of that." Delia won the wood sound, or the drawing for the early entry at Solstice last year, and so she's actually getting her flute made out of this wood. And this is the first piece cut off of the wood, and it wasn't long enough to make the key that she wanted to make. So I thought, well, we'll just make this in another key and offer it, and then we'll make her flute. The flute has got yellow cedar burl mouthpiece on it. It's got this beautiful turquoise with ebony, and we've got a turquoise wave with 2 dolphins riding the wave. And these dolphins are, it's so funny, how things happen in life. So often we can think that something bad happened or a mistake happens, and you think, "Oh, that's terrible, what a tragedy," or what have you, or what a waste of time, or some other negative. Instead of saying, "Okay, well, what can we do that will make this a positive?" And what happened is Nathan Twitchell, who does a lot of my carving for me, had carved both of these totems for a flute that was supposed to be a mid F sharp. And somehow my database, things got mixed up and it came out, it said it was an ultra high F sharp, which would be a much smaller totem. And so he had carved two small totems for the ultra high F sharps. And when I saw them, I thought, oh my gosh, they would be so awesome as a pair diving in and out of a flute. And so that's what we did. We made it this pair of dolphins riding the waves. This is again, it's an A sharp, and I think I might have said mid A earlier, but it's an A sharp. Dolphins playing. There's some name for this flute. I just haven't figured out what it is yet. But it is gorgeous and available right now on our website. The next flute that I get to share with you is one that I've been very excited to get made. This is a flute made from Tuscan olive wood that we brought back from Italy. The end in the shoulders and the totem are all Tasmanian blackwood burl with a base of ebony, again for moisture protection to the wood. And it actually has the ebony, a little bit of olive, and then the Tasmanian blackwood for the totem. And the olive wood is just gorgeous, just as I expected it to be. I'm not 100% certain what I'm going to do with the olive that I brought back from Italy. Part of me wants to save it for custom creations for people, custom flutes. I still may do a flute of the month from it. I just am not 100% certain what we'll do yet. But it is really, really beautiful. It has just a beautiful caramel color to it. The wood is, it ages, it gets more color comes out of it as it ages a little bit. And this flute is just really, really, really beautiful. This is in the key of F sharp. So really beautiful wood, really beautiful sound, lots of body to the sound in this Tuscan olive wood. If you have an interest in this flute or another one or different design, I wanted to keep this one very simple because I wanted to keep the costs of it down. When we start doing inlay and start getting really fancy in our designs, it can be amazing, absolutely drop dead gorgeous and amazing. But there's also something to be said for the simple elegance of an instrument, and that's what I wanted with this flute, is just the simple elegance. one of these days I'm going to take a piece of this olive wood and do some kind of a mosaic on it, from the inspiration that I received back in Italy. But that'll be a day when I'm a little more caught up on our production. So the last flute that I get to share with you today is a high C maple burl with it's inlaid with sugilite, has shoulders of sugilite, ebony, and ambonia burl. The bear is made out of ambonia burl on ebony base, ambonia burl mouthpiece, and down here at the end we've got just this awesome natural end. This flute originally was planned to be a high C maple burl classic, but the burl was so incredible and this natural end was just so gorgeous that I wanted to play with the flute, and so I went a little crazy with the flute, and so it is a little bit more than the maple burl classic is, because we've got so much more going on with the flute, but it's really, really gorgeous. Acoustically, this is the same sort of thing, acoustics that you could expect out of a maple burl classic in a high C. So just depending on your particular budget, if you love the sound of this, but the budget point, it needs to be a little bit lower, then the maple burl classic would be a great choice. If you love this look and sound and all these extras, then this is absolutely the right choice. It's just a superb flute. Again, I'm Brent Haynes with Wood Sound Flutes. If you have a dream that you would like us to make into reality for you, I would love to be a part of helping that happen. If there's other instruments that you're interested in or any questions you have as you're walking your flute journey, by all means, give me a call at 801-822-1415, or you can reach out via email at brent@woodsounds.com. Have a superb day.